All right, today we're going to dig into a huge question for any business right now. How do you actually future-proof your strategy with AI? We're talking about your entire go-to-market plan, everything you do to find customers and grow. And the answer, as we're about to see, is all about making a big shift from a bunch of scattered tools to one unified AI platform.
So let's just kick things off with a question I bet a lot of you are asking yourselves. You've brought in all these AI co-pilots and cool new tools, but the results are kind of meh. If you're seeing tiny marginal gains and wondering, is this it? Well, you are definitely not alone. And the reason for that gap between the big promise of AI and the reality is exactly what we're going to break down.
And that leads us right into our first section, what we're calling the AI illusion of progress. You know the feeling, you're super busy doing stuff with AI, but you're not actually moving the needle on the things that matter. So here's the crazy part. The problem usually isn't a lack of AI. It's that companies have too much of it, all over the place. In this mad dash to adopt new tech, so many businesses have ended up with dozens of disconnected AI tools and copilots. And what happens? You get fragmented data, messy workflows, and you completely miss out on the massive potential that AI is supposed to deliver. So this whole collection of disconnected tools, it creates this one big, ugly problem that's becoming a major headache for leaders. The source material has a great name for it: GTM bloat. So what exactly is GTM bloat? Well, it's what happens when your go-to-market teams are trying to juggle, I don't know, a dozen different AI tools just to do their jobs. Your data is scattered everywhere, there are no standard processes, and your whole operation just gets slow and expensive. It's the exact opposite of what you want from an agile AI-powered system. And this slide just lays it all out crystal clear. On the left, that's the world of point solutions. That's GTM bloat in a nutshell. But on the right, that's the alternative. A single unified platform that actually brings all your data together, locks in your best practices, and drives real strategic efficiency. So the big question is, how do you get from the left side of that screen to the right? Well, the answer is a strategy they call the anti-point solution. Okay, and this is super important. We are not talking about just buying another piece of software. This is a fundamental change in your strategy. It's about stopping the endless collection of new tools and instead building your entire go-to-market engine on top of a single AI-native platform. So let's pop the hood and see what's inside. A real GTM AI platform has a few core parts that all work together. You've got workflows, which basically turn your team's best practices into automated, repeatable processes. Then you have AI agents that can handle specific tasks for you. All of that is powered by an info base, which is like a single source of truth for all your company knowledge. And finally, you have brand voice to make sure everything the AI creates actually sounds like, well, you. Now, what makes a platform like this so powerful is its architecture. It's LLM model agnostic, which is just a fancy way of saying it's not locked into one AI engine. It can pick and choose the best one for any job. It has over 2,000 integrations, so it plugs right into the tools you already use. It's obviously secure enough for your most critical data. And maybe most importantly, it gets teams like sales, marketing, and operations all working from the same playbook. Okay, so that's the what. Now for the fun part, the how. Let's actually look at what this means in practice with your GTM AI playbook. Look, Siri is one thing, but let's see what this actually looks like in the real world. We'll take a super critical sales function, prospecting. Just imagine a single dashboard for your sales team, a kind of prospecting cockpit, all powered by this one platform. Okay, so here's the magic. First, the platform's AI automatically does all this deep research on the accounts and people you want to talk to. Then, it takes that info, combines it with your company knowledge and brand voice, and drafts incredibly personalized emails. And the result? Well, the source says companies doing this can actually double their pipeline generation for every single sales rep. I mean, that is a massive jump from those marginal gains we talked about, right? And hey, prospecting is just scratching the surface. A true platform can run your entire go-to-market show. We're talking about everything from creating content for your blog and social media in seconds, to instantly processing new leads, to running these super complex account-based marketing plays. It really does become the central nervous system for your whole revenue team. Which brings us to the ultimate payoff. When you finally solve for that GTM bloat, you unlock something way more powerful. You move from bloat to pure GTM velocity. And look, this isn't some sci-fi dream for the future. This is happening right now. 17 million. That's how many users at some of the world's top companies are already on board with this approach. The shift is well underway.
Let's hear what this means for real businesses. Gene English, the former CMO at Juniper Networks, said that with this AI strategy, they started generating 5 times more meetings. Just think about that. 5 times. That is the kind of result that changes everything.
And it's not just about getting more meetings. It's also about insane efficiency. Over at Lenovo, Roman only said they saved $16 million in a single year. That's just wild. They automated workflows that used to take weeks and cost a fortune with outside agencies. You know, this last quote might be my favorite because it really gets to the heart of the aha moment. Ashley Levesque at Benzai says she didn't even know AI workflows were something she was lacking. It's that classic case of not knowing just how much better things could be until you see it in action. So if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. The future isn't about collecting more AI gadgets. It's about making a strategic choice to move from that chaotic mess of disconnected tools to a single, unified platform that powers your entire go-to-market strategy. And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about for your own business. As AI keeps evolving faster and faster, is your strategy being built on a solid, future-proof platform, or is it built on a fragile collection of temporary solutions? That's all for this one. Thanks for tuning in.